Alright, playtime is over. In this video, I'm going to test out the Cyberpunk 2077 with the almighty GTX 980, both on 720p and 1080p resolution. Now, before I go on with this video, I really appreciate it if you guys go ahead and hit that like button down below. It really helps to grow the channel. Thank you. So let's begin. As usual, I'm going to start off with 1080p. Resolution and jump it to 720p. Now this is running on the 1.04 patch with the latest Nvidia graphics driver. So here we have on the lowest preset, full scale resolution, 1080p full screen. Alright, so we're here looking like around 60 FPS average, pretty good. Now, something to note here that the GTX 980 is overclocked by 100 megs on the core and 300 megs on the memory clock. And that's a kind of overclock that you expect easily to do without any voltage overvolting this card at all. It's very easy, something that you should be able to get off the bat. Pretty much free FPS. Also, I'm using the i7-8700K running at 5 gigs, Hyperthread disabled, and 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM running at 3600 megahertz. This is my system that I'll be using pretty much for all the older generation cards testing here for Cyberpunk 2077. So here it is. As you could see, that's what it takes to hit around 60 FPS, a GTX 980. Now this is a great card for someone who's on the lookout for a great budget card on the market for around $100 to $120. You should be able to get this card, and definitely a good card. You can play any game with this card with medium, high, and ultra settings. Really depends on the frame rates that you're comfortable with. And just for a reference point, this card is compared to a GTX 1066 GB version, that's right, and from my experience throughout the years, I would prefer this card, the 980, over a 1066 GB version, as this performs a little bit better. And priced a lot better also. So alright, let's take a look at medium settings. And as always, I'm going to run this game on 100% full scale resolution. Will not be messing with that at all. Look at the detail on the cars, even with this resolution. Wow.
We're closed right now.
All right. Okay, let's see what the high settings brings. Once again, motion blur off. Alright, let's go down to the... What setting are we next on here? Ultra settings, there you go. Okay. Looks like we're in the 30s here, and yes, you can enjoy this game on 1080p ultra settings without any stuttering or hesitation. Running very smooth. If you want to just sit back and enjoy the visuals on 1080p ultra settings, you could definitely do so with this graphics card. Wow, look at that. I like this card here. Alright, let's jump to the 720p now. Wow, and yes, looks like we're hitting the 100 FPS mark for the first time. Of course, as I go into the higher quality graphics cards, that's what to be expected. Okay, let's take a look at the medium settings. So I could conclude that both on 1080p and 720p, this game is quite playable on ultra settings. Here we are on medium settings, very enjoyable FPS. Okay, let's take a look at the high settings. Motion blur off. Okay, and now the visuals get a lot better. Now we really get to see the game the way it should be in 720p. Oh no. gonna run. Alright. Still in the 60s. Very good. Very good. Let's wrap this up with the ultra settings. Again, motion blur off. Okay, now we are in the 50s, mid 50s. Not bad. Alright, that concludes the test. Let me know what you guys think. Leave some comments down below. And I'll see you in the next video, which I will be testing out the GTX 980.